And you just hear something like words, but you couldn't understand what they were saying. And then you could hear more steps. And then finally we heard like a few more words. You couldn't make out what they were saying. And we kept thinking like, it's just them. They're coming around the trail. Holy shit. Holy shit. That was... All right, Brian and Max are saying that they're hearing massive movement and weird mumbling. I can't see.
Behind us starts. So this side we got kind of a almost a cousin-it kind of thing.
Yes.
But a little deeper. And then on this side we got the low pitch mumbling.
Well, we are about a half mile away from the campsite, going into the conservation area, and this is our first time hiking in Florida, so this will be quite an experience. We're gonna, as soon as we get to the campsite, meet everyone, and then we'll get out on the trail, see what we can find. Yeah, the vehicle's a mess. Right, Chewy? But Chewy's got his own bed back there. I got my bed to car camp. It's been quite an adventure the 3 days down here. We car camped the first night and stayed in a motel last night just to freshen up. So, we're here. We're here 1,400 miles later. Feels good. Really?
On the bunny trail. It's a little trail that you take your family on, and it comes around, it comes back. And I was on there, and I had wood knocks, I had footprints, I saw something that looked like a nest. I shot the nest. I'll show you the photos. I got something that's the best. I call it the best pareidolia in the world because it's sharp, but it still looks like a profile of a Bigfoot head to me. But I'm not claiming Bigfoot. I'm just saying, because I've seen good pareidolia before, but I've never seen it so sharp. And this one's actually sharp. You can see stuff. That happened a mile south of here. So what Brian and I are seeing working this corridor is the encroachment can't go this way. It can't come in anymore from that way. There's more housing on the other side of the river. If you drive around, on this side, not so much. And so what I'm thinking is if there's movement through the river, and on this side of the river is where I saw a black panther or a jacarandai, jumped out of a tree, ran down a palm tree 40 feet, jumped in the woods, just laid silent. As I'm describing it to Brian, I say, that was a panther. I went to Plant High School, marching panthers. I know what a panther looks like.
Was that the one when I was teasing you about the helmet and you took the helmet out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I had my camera on a helmet the week before. He makes a joke. I take it off and put it on the chest rig. I'm telling you, if you're wearing your camera on a chest rig, if you know me, I'm all about best practices, being a journalist. You should have your helmet or your camera on your helmet. Where your eyes go and what you see, you will see it. What happened to me?
We would have both had it.
we would have both had it, because what happened to me is we're coming into a primitive camp that hasn't been used in 3 years. They don't want to fix it or anything, and we're coming in, and it was this loud crack, and I looked over like this, camera shooting this way. I see it clear as day for 5, 6, 7 seconds.
That's interesting.
And if my helmet was on my head, I would have had it. The very next week, we come back from the other side of the river back over here, and we push way back. We're following a game trail. I brought you here, so obviously I trust you enough to allow you the opportunity to come back and enjoy it like Brian and I had. But let's not just destroy it with every group in the world coming in here and just tromping through this. I will tell you, in the 2 years Brian and I are working this, we have never run into a Bigfoot group in here. It's too narrow, it's too only a mile wide in places. We call that a choke point. So if animals are moving, they're coming through. It's like Max Power said, shooting fish in a barrel. And the biggest animals we've ever seen, and like I said, the panther from going down this way, when I told you we pushed down to Dead River on the other side. Very next day I moved my camera off the chest rig to my helmet, and Brian went, "Look out!" And he, I jumped, and a buck it was 30, 40 mile an hour gusts that day, and it was blowing this way, and the buck was over there, so he didn't sense us. He saw us about 40, 50 feet away, lowered his head, and came right at us. He was trying to take us off. Now, it was so fast when it was over this way. By the time Brian said, "Look out," if I would have spun this way, I would have got it. But I spun the direction he pointed. By the time I did a 270, I caught it going over the back. Again, rig on the helmet is the only reason I caught that. Yeah. So I'm just sharing best practice with you.
I appreciate that.
You look stupid.
No,
people like Mike and Technical Bigfoot Research will laugh at you, especially if you
I'm doing it.
especially if you anchor your microphone here.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I was getting a lot of breathing with my GoPro when it was mounted on my chest. And people even commented, "Matt, you're so fat, and there's no Bigfoot in Florida. You're killing me here." But I love watching you. So once I moved my GoPro to my helmet and moved an HN1, is that right? H1N to the helmet also, it's been a lot better. And Mike sharing best practices with me, doing earbuds on the mic, external, on the helmet, and then having earbuds in really helps too. You hear things that you normally don't hear.
Good to know.
So there's a good group of people here is what I want to say. There's lots of different belief systems in here, and that's by design. And I've talked to Tim and his group and my group, and we even have alien groups in here, okay, that have seen lights and orbs. I want to bring this group together just to see what the hell would happen. Is one group going to react different than another group? Is anyone going to have a reaction at all? That's part of the experiment. The other one is I needed help with was, you see on Expedition Bigfoot and other channels where the team splits up and you have the two little blinky lights.
I don't know where he went.
And they say so-and-so's down by the water, but so-and-so's working the ridge. Well, we're going to have, if we want to, if you all are game for it, we can break up in as many groups we want, and possibly with 25 people have 12 groups of two spread out, a 3-mile stretch of the river, doing the same thing at the same time on a night sit. I would like to just be quiet. How many times have we gone out with people where they're beating on trees, they're doing whoops and yells, and there's that mindset where, well, if a Bigfoot really does do that and you're doing it, you're just saying, hey, I'm coming looking for you.
Okay, so we are doing our first night hike to check out the area. Chewy's ready. Huh, Bubba? Let's see if we can...
We're gonna go right.
All right, we're going left.
We might hit the first trail, go down 100 yards from back.
Okay. All right, you can see how dark it is. They're going right, so I... You sniff away, Bubba.
What's it locked on right now?
We're heading down to the trail on the right.
Yeah, they're gonna go down the trail and go down 100 yards on the trail.
He's locked on something, right?
Oh,
was
Chewy?
sniffing something,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I love using him at night. Well, we're in the dark and just getting used to all the different sounds and all the different bird sounds. Yeah, the deeper we get in, the louder it gets. Oh, it's getting thicker. Definitely over a mile into the trail. Oh shit. I can't go that way. I don't know how deep it is.
No, you gotta
Go around. You might be able to go through house. I don't know how deep it gets though. Go down over there.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I don't want. That's a little sketchy. I'd rather go on this side.
Yeah, it's better safe than sorry, especially in the dark.
I mean, it's too small for babies, but snake is snake.
Snakies.
Snakes are definitely
I'm more scared of snakes.
This is much better here.
Jesus.
I'm getting murdered. Yeah, there's a. Gotta go red light. I would say that was a 3-star. Pretty fun, huh? Getting eaten by bugs. Be better off going straight around there.
Alright, see if we can get around the other side.
Put away the thing between them.
Hey, we're gonna try over here, Papa. Oh shit. Ooh. Oh, actually, never mind. We're on the one trail, but it does branch off into here. That's what would connect us to their trail. So where they went down, they're going into the river now. See? So what I'm guessing is our trail will connect in a triangle pattern here.
It's the classic, like, I walked into a thick cloud. I mean, you could taste it, dude. It was so bad. It just smelled like the worst, like dirty pie. How would you describe it, Christian?
Yeah. Yeah, like a dirty. It was like old, like cheese.
It just smelled like
So
old,
gross.
dirty cheese, dude. Like socks, ammonia mixed with like socks and old dirty cheese, dude. Like, it's gone. This smell, I swear to God to you, dude, was so bad that it made us want to gag. Like, literally, Christian's like putting his shirt over his face. You could taste it. We walked 50 feet. We walked 50 feet down this trail. The smell disappears. I said, you know what? Let's turn back. I want to see if it's that pen that we were smelling. We just walked over to this pen, dude, and that smell is completely gone.
Weird,
it's nowhere.
Keep that thermal peeking out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot.
I want to make it over there, but I don't want to have to split us up because we've got like.
It's all good.
I think can't
we can
cross.
Come back here and hit this again, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah. Like, I got some good footage of just like the woods coming alive, bro.
That's wild.
This smell thing that I've never experienced anything like that before in my life.
Super weird.
I don't know how to explain that.
All right, so what do you want to do? You want to come here, or you want us to try to meet you, or what?
No, it's fine, man. I'm gonna push back. I mean, if people can't get across the creek, then that's all good. But we're gonna push back.
All right, sounds good.
All right, we're making our way back towards you guys.
All right. Treebeard.
And you just hear something like words, but you couldn't understand what they were saying. And then you could hear more steps. And then finally we heard like a few more words. You couldn't make out what they were saying. And we kept thinking like, it's just them. They're coming around the trail. Yeah. And then nothing. It was dead quiet. And I asked him, I said, please tell me what you just heard. And he's same thing. Mumbling, sounded like somebody walking through. coyotes popping off, weird stench, creatures on the trail in front of us. We walked up on 2 wild boar. Yeah, thank God we had the therm because we would have never seen them. They were right in front of us. I think he's got it on camera. We didn't know those guys.
I forgot to tell you guys how to record on that thing. It's an internal memory.
So we got some footage of like the creatures on the trail and all that.
So does this channel go back where you guys were then?
Yeah, this is
It
crazy.
follows around
But we
there.
went on. Apparently, we went on private property.
Yeah, they were on. They're on.
There's
trail
game cams. There's a tent out there, like a hunting blind.
Yeah.
There's multiple shooting platforms. There's game cams set up.
Yeah.
So we were out on somebody's property. We don't know.
All right. Well, it's almost midnight. We're heading back to camp to eat, and let's see where the night takes us. But we'll probably sit around camp for the night and get a good lay of the land tomorrow morning, and plan out where we want to stealth at night. We're gonna all pick a spot, 12 teams of 2, and sit for the night and see if we can get anything. About a 3 mile long bottleneck we're gonna do, a choke point. So that'll be the plan tomorrow night. Right, Chew? Yeah, good boy.
The bikes group had a little fun time.
I had the pleasure of having my good friend out, Christian, with me. He's a fledgling Bigfoot enthusiast, and he's slowly turning into one. But so I convinced him to come out here with us. I told him he'd have a lot of fun. And honestly, I was kind of shocked about what happened last night, because I've been out in the green swamp with a lot of these guys, and honestly, I learned what the term deafening silence was many years ago when I went out to the green swamp, because we would sit out there and it would be so quiet that your ears are literally ringing, and that's all you can hear is that deafening silence. So a lot of times I've gone out in the swamp, you're not even hearing, deer being pushed out. It's usually pretty quiet. Owls are usually the #1 thing that we hear. But last night was, honestly, that was the most incredible night I've ever had out in the woods. That was his first night, so I'm like, dude, I don't know if it's going to get any better than this for quite some time. But literally the moment we hit a trail, and it was just Christian and I, we hit a trail, we were coming around, we were just starting, so we split off, other guys went their own route. We knew they were going to be south of us. We were heading towards this field on a map. It looks like it was private property, but we hadn't merged onto that yet. So we merged off. It was a fork on the trail, and as soon as we hit that, about 15 minutes in, we heard something move in the bushes, thick brush right in front of us. So whenever that happened, it was pretty wild, because I think whatever it was spooked a bunch of quail or some birds that were there. So we heard like dozens, if not hundreds of birds take off at one time. You could hear them leave the area, but whatever was making noise sounded like bipedal footsteps. It wasn't something like an animal running for its life or fleeing. This was kind of a crunch, very natural kind of gait. We're still paying attention to the birds, because you can hear the birds leaving as we're hearing. So we're hearing like a lot of things happening at once. Eventually the birds leave the scene. We hear something that still sounds like someone casually walking. You're hearing crunch, crunch, pause, and then he can validate this, because once this was over, I asked him, I said, tell me what you heard. But as God is my witness, we heard what sounded like someone walking, and then we heard mumbling, and it was like, so we automatically assumed it was one of you guys that split off, and maybe we were merging, maybe your trail was coming back towards us, because we didn't know where we were going, and I know the guys that were on the fork didn't know where they were going.
The mumbling, what, like, was it a deep tone?
Yeah, it was like a male voice, and it sounded like someone literally like, and then, so him and I are automatically thinking, as soon as we heard the voice, we went from animal to person, because it sounded like a human being talking. Mm-hmm. So we're sitting there, we killed our lights, we're sitting there dead quiet, and you could hear what sounded like casual footsteps, like someone's kind of working their way through the brush, and then you would hear, and we're like, oh, they're coming this way. It must be one of the guys. We heard, how many times did we hear the mumbling? 3 or 4 times?
Yeah, I'd say about 3.
Yeah. So I mean, we're at this point, we're 100% convinced that we're thinking one of you guys are coming around the trail, and then eventually it stopped. We didn't hear any more footsteps. We didn't hear any more mumbling, and we're like, well, that was strange.
We turned off the lights and we just sat there.
We just sat there, and then I cross-referenced with him. I said, tell me what you heard, and he heard mumbling. We went back and forth on how many times we heard it. Very interesting. Can't say it was obviously Squatch or anything like that. We thought it was a person. We were 100% convinced it was a person, because we were hearing like vocals that it sounded like someone talking, but you couldn't understand what they were saying. It was very, very strange. So that was just the beginning, and that's just when we got into it. Then we merged out into what eventually we crossed over a fence. We didn't know where the hell we were going. We hopped a fence. We wanted to get over to this field. As soon as we got into the field, we heard foxes popping off, crying, which was pretty interesting. I mean, it's nothing that exciting, but it's foxes and you're hearing noises.
Yeah.
And then thank God we had the therm, because I told him we had this wide open area. So I'm like, use this therm, make sure that you're scanning through here, because we couldn't see anything and we're wide open. We're stepping in cow patties. So I'm like, hey, we want to make sure we're not going to hit a herd of cows over here and get trampled. So he's using a therm, and all of a sudden he's like, there's something right here ahead of us. So we're looking at two hot objects, which when I grabbed the therm from him, it looked like two people walking side by side. But it was what he was saying about distance. This is a new therm to us. It's really hard to judge the distance on that therm. But we kept an eye on these objects. They would side by side, they walked to the edge of the wood line and disappeared. And we hung out there for a minute, and then they came back out. And as we got a little bit closer, we could tell it was two large hogs, really big hogs. So if we didn't have the therm, we would have never seen them. But I hit them with the light just to see if I could get it. But I had an LED flashlight, which wasn't really that powerful. But the light spooked them, and they took off. So we felt confident to push past where we saw the hogs at. We had objectives to go to this other. It's kind of a square. So there's this whole square line where it borders a barbed wire fence from here that leads into this park. And again, I think we were probably on private property. But so we're like, hey, let's hit this square fence line. We're going to circle back. As soon as we got to this one choke point of where it went from field to wood line is when all hell broke loose. We had coyotes about 300 yards behind us just go wild. And it was pretty spooky because they went off for like a good 2 minutes, and we're like, man, are they getting riled up to come get us? Like, let's go. So, but the moment that happened, I've been out in the woods many, many times in my life, and I've never had activity like that. I mean, we were literally surrounded with activity from every single angle. We had a trail that was going down. We had multiple creatures eye shine. We don't know what they were. Super creepy. They were about this high off the ground, but they were doing this, and you could see their eyes like shifted over. And I'm recording on my phone, and it was super creepy when you could see them like peeking and popping back and forth. It could have been raccoons. Raccoons kind of make that kind of like head bobbing movement. Probably what it was. I mean, it wasn't like it was 9 foot tall, but still super creepy.
Holy shit. Holy shit. That was super fucking creepy, dude.
They're there.
What the fuck?
Oh, they're fucking running.
Dude, did you see the way their fucking eyes were moving?
No.
They was so creepy, dude. They were I am so freaked out right now, dude. We got coyotes going off right behind us. we had 2 creatures that were standing on the trail right in front of us, doing the creepiest, like, eye movements. They were like zigzagging, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It looked alien, like the way they were moving. It was so fucking weird.
That's all, but still super creepy because all we could see, I think we got it recorded on the therm, but it was 2 creatures that were literally kind of like, you could see one do this and the other one would start doing this.
Did you say where you were, Mike?
Yeah, it was that feel. I mean, this is all new territory to me, but
so
it was,
when he pointed it out on the map to me, Brian, when he pointed it out on the map to me, he's talking about all pretty much right next to the area where we had the black cat jump and where we had pacing by us and heard it.
We have the location marked too.
yeah,
So.
yeah, I got it marked, but I mean, the
I want you to send me that digitally so I have it.
The activity that we had multiple eye shines, unknowns. We had creatures, animal activity, or something moving in the woods on the right of us. We had creatures moving on the woods to the left of us, and I'm rolling on my phone because we got owls popping off. We got coyotes. It was honestly, it was sensory overload because I've been out in the woods all my life and I've never heard. I'm like, well, and I kept thinking like, this has got to be some kind of funnel because I've never seen animal activity this thick, literally all around us. So we had, for about 15 minutes, we had nonstop eye shine. We had nonstop unknowns to the left of us, nonstop unknowns to the right of us, moving through the brush. We could only punch through, straight through, so we just kept trucking. And we would walk through, and the creatures that we saw with the eye shine would pop back out, look at us. Super, super creepy. Could have been, I'm sure it was probably, like I said, raccoons. It could have been anything. And then all of a sudden, everything it went from like being in a zoo exhibit to dead quiet. And that kind of creeped me out because I was like, man, maybe we have predators. Like maybe those coyotes are coming around because everything went from complete like activity, noise. We heard raccoons fighting each other as all this is going on. You could hear it to the left, they were going, just like going at it with each other. You got the eye shine happening at the same time, owls popping off. It was a lot, and then it just was like a light switch, like click, nothing for about 30 minutes. We sat still and we're like, hey, let's shut everything down. Let's sit here. And it was just, you weren't even hearing crickets at that point in time. So then we're like, okay, we started talking to Alec. We let him know what's going on. I mean, when we had him on the phone, we had a deer pop out right in front of us. We saw the eye shine. We're like, oh, here it comes, something's popping out. And I'm like, oh, never mind, it's just a deer. So we're laughing about that, and he was on the phone with us when we were talking about that. So we sit there for about 30, 40 minutes, hoping that we could get somebody to come link up with us. I know there was a little bit of an issue crossing the water over there, so we decided that we were going to push back towards the location, see if we can link up with these guys. Gets even weirder. We come across multiple deer stands. This is obviously like a kill spot because we probably saw 4 or 5 deer platforms. There was a tent in the bushes that looked fairly new. I think it was like a hunting blind type tent.
Yeah, that sounds like private land.
We come across a feed station that is completely roped off. It's got a corn station. As we're walking up, we walk into a wall of stench.
We just walked into this putrid smell. And I'm not sure if it's coming from this hog pit or what, man. But we just stepped into a wall of just stink. It's like you can taste it in your mouth.
Oh,
it's
dude,
so
I just got
bad.
another whiff of it. Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude, that is so creepy. I hope it's coming from that hog pit, dude.
Oh my god, dude.
It's everywhere. I've never smelled anything like that in my life. How would you describe that smell? It's so thick, dude. You can like literally freaking taste it in your mouth.
It's like sour rot.
Dude, I am starting to get wigged out, man. This is like super Bigfoot that's what happens when you encounter like Bigfoot stuff. Like you get a wall of stink. I've never walked into a wall of stink like that. I swear to God. When they see this footage, dude, it's not that hog pen, dude. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's all over.
It's everywhere. I gotta call Alex, dude, right now.
I've never smelled like anything like that in my life. It smelled like the most pungent, like ammonia type cheese. Had a very cheesy, I'm just telling you how it smelled. It reeked of like really bad or maybe really expensive cheese. I don't know. I don't know cheese.
There's a fine line there.
There is a very fine line there. But yeah, it was really terrible, just thick. And the thing is that once we moved past the spot, it dropped off. It was like a thick wall of just stench, and it would kind of shift. Then I came back. I was like, you know what? At first I thought it was a hog trap, and then I realized that was a feed station. I was like, oh my God, maybe that was a Sasquatch coming in to get the corn that was at that bait station. So we decided to circle back, look for prints. Stench was gone.
Okay, so I'm officially extremely freaked out right now because here we are back at the hog trap. That
I don't
smell
anything anymore.
The wall of stink that we just walked into is now gone. Are you smelling anything?
No.
We just walked into a massive wall, a putrid wall of just stink. We thought it was this hog pen that we walked into. There is nothing.
How did it go away?
How did it go away, dude? What did we just experience? I am seriously kind of freaked out. How could that putrid smell that we just walked into completely disappear?
There was no smell at all. So it completely vanished. And we're like, that was so freaky about how it felt like it was just moving. So then Alec comes by. I'm like, you guys got to come check this out. Otherwise you're going to think we're just bullshitting with all this stuff we got. So he smells what we're smelling. And you could, when we first walked up, it was very faint. We walked through it, and then as we back out of where we came through, we hit that wall again. And it was super pungent, but this wall of just stench would kind of move. It could have totally been coming from that bait station and whatever's in there. I just saw corn. There was nothing in there that led me to believe where this foul smell is coming from. Normally, corn feed doesn't stink, to my knowledge.
How far?
And very well, maybe it could have been that. It's really hard to say. I don't know what the smell was.
Mike, how far from where the bait station you showed was the tree line around the bait station? Was it close?
It's like in the trees.
It's kind of on the edge of the trees.
Okay. Like you're surrounded by trees.
Yeah,
on your side.
it's a cut, so you got trees on both sides. But yeah, the smell kind of moved. Super weird. Don't know how to explain that. And then that was kind of.
And there was no breeze last night, really.
No, not really. So, but it was thick. I mean, I smell things when you go out in the woods, carrion and stuff like that. But this was a thick, like you could taste it. I mean, you could almost feel yourself kind of walking into it a little bit. Don't know how to explain it.
Out of it too?
It was a little less intense, but when Eric and I went and linked up with them, and yeah, I mean, it was just gross. It was just like a nasty smell. And it would hit you every once in a while.
Like when you move around,
we'd be looking, we're like, oh man, that's like grossest cheese ever smell.
Yeah, at one point, I could best describe it as almost like rotten hay. It was just, it just nailed you. And then
nailed you, and then you go like a foot forward and it's gone.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
Have you ever smelled fermented piss?
Probably about
I smelled that smell, and it's what it reminded me.
Yeah.
No evidence of any scat or anything around there?
Other than my own. I mean, I took a poop right now at the bait station, but I left him a treat.
Well, I mean, like whatever happened, I think it shows that, like he said, this area is so active with wildlife, and it's a funnel. And this is to go to what Matt's been talking about all these years.
you know, you go to the Green Swamp, and Mike, you were saying you've been up there and it's been super quiet because you look at it's a huge area.
Yeah.
I mean, the chances of running into wildlife, whereas you're in a little 2 mile, 1 mile corridor, all the animals are moving through here, so it makes sense. So if there's something like a skunk ape or whatever, move through the area too, right? That's what logically you'd assume. So I think that's just a testament to there's a reason why these guys are hunting this area, you know, because they're having a good chance of getting something. Yeah. And I think that all what people experienced last night proves that.
And I mean, I grew up in the woods. I mean, I've never encountered in my life like a concentration of just
so many different critters
just going wild on each side. With a variety of things, the coyotes, the fox that was chiming off, the coyotes, the raccoons fighting each other, the two wild pigs that we came across, the mystery creature that was making a human-like mumbling sound, the stench. I mean, it was a lot, and I've never had such a concentration, but it made sense because of where we were. So I'm not like shocked by that. I mean, if this was a vast, spread out area, I could that would be a little bit more shocking to have that.
That's what I was
We're in a
curious
funnel
as to,
though,
like,
you know.
Was it like how you did her? Was it deeper? Was it higher, like on the mumbling, or was
I mean, it literally sounded like a man having a conversation, and you just couldn't understand what they were saying.
It kind of reminds me of the vocalizations I heard that it was inaudible, but it was just.
I mean, it was just it's hundreds.
And guys, this is why on this trip I wanted to do tonight, where I knew everybody where we were. I don't want this spooking each other and you know someone doing a knock and someone answering. I don't want any of that going on. I want it to be a straight up quiet night of just observation. You want to move a little bit, you want to sit and really try not to move, that's great. But I will tell you, the first person I went out with on the team was the Bigfoot Mafia, and Mike was a part of that back then, and I'm shocked to hear him say any of this, what he just said.
That's a squirrel.
Because the first time I went out with him, I was Bigfoot on the brain.
I mean, the chances of running into wildlife, whereas you're in a little 2 mile, 1 mile corridor, all the animals are moving through here, so it makes sense. So if there's something like a skunk ape or whatever, move through the area too, right? That's what logically you'd assume. So I think that's just a testament to there's a reason why these guys are hunting this area, you know, because they're having a good chance of getting something. And I think that all what people experienced last night proves that.
And I mean, I grew up in the woods. I mean, I've never encountered in my life like a concentration of just
so many different critters
just going wild on each side.
Alex is aware of it. I've been bouncing it off Alex for a couple years, and different people online. I'm getting that. You know, it's only 2 miles wide, dude. What are you talking about? But when Brian and I moved in here 2 years ago and started hanging out, see anybody other than a couple of walkers with a dog run through and out?
Right.
It's quiet, no one messing around, and it's a funnel. And just be careful out there, because the game trail we were on, I mean, we had a buck run at us, and it didn't run at us to say hello.
Yeah.
I mean, it missed me by like a foot, and it was like a 12-pointer.
Okay, it's day 2. We are going to find our spots to stealth for the night, all night. We're gonna spread out a 3 mile radius, and me and Chewy are gonna stay in a blind. Alex is going up in a tree. We're gonna go look for a tree for Alex right now, and the other guys are looking for their spots as well. It should be an interesting night, alone, in the dark.
That's hog. That's gross.
Yep.
Probably like hog butt hair. I'm just kidding. That's how you pick it up. Here, smell a finger. That's weird. I mean, so maybe they were running through last night or at some point. I don't know.
You know what's funny, because I with my point.
Yeah, they're digging through here. Mosquitoes are terrible. This is us last night. As soon as we got near a body of water, we're getting chewed up.
I like from behind the palm front.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yep, somebody done shit.
Who wiped their ass last night through on the trail.
Trails are a lot different down here than in the northeast. Definitely not as rugged, but a lot more wildlife to deal with down here with the hogs, aggressive deer. Matt Larson was bull charged by a buck, and it just missed him by a foot, a 12-pointer. So the animals seem to be way more aggressive down here than up in the Northeast. Even the encounters are more aggressive down here with the bluff charges, and it's just a whole different ball game down here. I felt out of my element last night, but now that we're getting all the different sounds and all the different birds that are out here with all the different calls, but it's gorgeous. Very thick, very hard to see in. At night you cannot see anything. You can hear, you know, animals, because you step on a dead palm frond, oh my god, it's so loud. Very, very loud. So you'll be able to tell the difference between a bipedal and a four-legged critter. We'll see what happens tonight. I'm excited. There's all the fellas. Chewie's just sniffing everything, so he's getting used to all the new smells. Alright, continuing. Oh, Bubba, let's go. Come on. Yeah, Chewie hasn't even seen it yet. He was the last one to see it. Oh,
Now, there you go. That just locked on.
You see that? He just immediately... Look at that. Chewie's like, what is that thing? He's like, I want to play with it.
he's never seen one.
He's never seen a turtle?
Nope.
Look at this. This is what was on the trail up here today.
Oh shit.
It was like
a gator.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He was nice.
Beautiful.
Boy, there was some pterodactyl mosquitoes.
Here's Chewie seeing
I
a
got bug
turtle.
spray in my bag if you need it, bro.
Here's Chewie seeing a tortoise for the first time.
Should be alright.
Look how white that mouth is on it.
What do you think of it?
It looks like a lineman though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get the power grid up on C32.
He looks like every lineman.
He does, man. He's got the beard working. He just needs a flannel shirt. Is that the floor?
Wait, there is.
Okay, final piece. And he's set for the night. And we find our spot. Okay, heading back to camp. Get ready for tonight. Hearing a barred owl in the background.
I don't like about it that the buttons are so close together.
Got the bug net on. It is super buggy, super muggy. Hoping it cools down a little for Chewie. See if we hear the owl again.
How's your little storm doing? It's broke down right now.
There it is.
I have an appointment for it at the mechanic.
Alright, let's get ready for nighttime.
Whippoorwill. Whippoorwill.
Oh. I thought somebody was...
Hold on. Let me see if I can get this on camera real quick.
It's about 10 o'clock. We're just walking the trail, getting to a location to spend a few hours in silence. See if anything comes trudging through. It's foggy. Very foggy out tonight. Very eerie. Give you a little, put my thing up.
Yeah, look at, that looks kind of like in the trail a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
All right, Brian and Max are saying that they're hearing massive movement and weird mumbling. I can't see anything from the therm up here. I'm getting out of the tree and we're gonna move towards them. Okay, it is Saturday morning. It was quite a night last night. Me and Max Powers had a lot of activity going on that made me pull out my knife and grip it, vice grip it. We're gonna tell the guys what happened, but just a crazy night, crazy experience. But we're gonna talk about it with the guys that had similar stuff happen to them on the first night. So, crew's heading out. We're gonna go check out that spot where Max and Brian had a weird mumbling incident, we'll call it that. The Mad Mumbler.
The mumbling, that's a good name.
The mumbling.
Movie.
Yeah, we're gonna go check it out.
Spot peanuts then?
See if there's anything over there. Just anything we can find. It's a little cooler right now. It's still pretty humid, but not too bad. Only got
This is where I was coming from.
And it looks like something's been through here up to about this high. Could have been a big hog. But...
Oh yeah, all the broken palms and whatnot.
yeah, that's all we heard was the crashing of the palms, because the palms are so loud when you run through it.
Damn, I don't have snake boots. And you can't see.
Come here, Bubba. Chewy.
Did you say Mike had his snake boots?
Okay, so where are we at?
This
is where we were right about here talking, and where we started to hear the crash, something run away as soon as we got to right here.
In the shrubs.
And you can see the path.
So this is where you guys got a little nervous over here?
This is where the crashing, we heard something running as we were coming right to here.
I mean, we were that close to it, so when something pops up 10 feet
Oh,
away.
you good, dude?
So
Sound like that?
Way louder.
Oh, I thought you... it was way louder than that.
Way louder.
But,
Really?
yeah.
Someone run through real quick. We'll do an experiment. Boom, boom, boom. No, he doesn't. No one has snake guards. So you didn't hear the mumbling here, right?
So, I mean, it was a big commotion. And we focused on this, the two of us standing there with our knives drawn and white knuckles. Mostly because, you know, if it was a boar, pig, whatever, hog, whatever you guys call them down here, I don't want that thing coming out at me. No. Especially from this distance. You don't have enough, in 8 feet, you don't have enough reaction time to get out of the way. So we had our knives pulled for that, I'm sure. Because I'm not going to stab Bigfoot either, because he would, you know, pound me into the ground probably. So as we're like talking about this, he's controlling Chewy because Chewy wants to get at something.
Yeah. No, he was doing up on his, just trying to get him, like the turtle, like when he saw the turtle.
Yeah.
And so we spent a little while talking about it. And it wasn't that long after. I mean, we were probably right over in that
after
bald
the
spot.
crashing. It quieted down,
Yeah.
and
that's when the mumbling started.
Then we hear the mumbling. Yeah,
like.
So this is where the mumbling started as well.
Nope.
No.
The mumbling started over there.
Over there? You mean back there?
Back where we
so behind us
started.
here. Okay, yeah.
On that other trail, the
Right.
trail you guys were on, that we went further down, and we sat for over an hour and a half,
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Before we got up because of the shadow that crossed the trail.
Right.
Now, granted, he already did the bird app. We did the bird app on that trail.
The bird app was on that trail over there. I was gonna do the bird app here when these things started, but
there was so much going on.
Yeah. I mean, you had rustling in the bushes, you had gators, you
Gators.
had the mumbling. Oops. And then as we're looking at this and as we're talking about, oh my God, that's the mumbling again, back over this way, we hear a high pitch. It was almost a whoop, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
then the high pitch mumbling behind us starts. So this side we got kind of a almost a cousin-it kind of thing.
Yes.
But a little deeper. And then on this side we got the low pitch mumbling. And we listened for a while, talked about it, discussed it. We texted you guys saying, hey, this is going on.
And the heart rate's going as all this is going on. But we're keeping composed and just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen.
And I've never seen anyone text so well with like a knife in their hand either. That was good. No, really, I'm impressed.
And a leash.
But then, you know, after texting you guys, things started dying down, and then there was nothing but gators.
The gators, when we got to the end, we're hearing the ooh, ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. We're hearing all the baby gators over there.
Mm.
Multiple. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then we're like, well, let's just go around and we'll connect with these guys. And that's when we met up with you. Yeah.
Interesting. So where was the loudest mumbling that you heard altogether?
It was,
Here or back?
You know what? Over there, it was progressive. It kind of came up from behind us, or behind where we had been, and got louder and louder and louder. It took forever for it to move along, you know, and then finally it moved off and out. But as we're doing that, again, we had the high pitch behind us as we're trying to figure out what's going on. So,
okay.
I heard that. But that was
Probably just a bird.
Yeah, I would say it's a bird. I didn't take out my bird.
I mean, okay. Overall, like, how distant did it sound to you? The mumbling. I had to guess.
So I would say
the best mumbling.
20 feet.
Yeah, the best
20 feet
mumbling
out?
was here. The best. It was faint over there. That's why we thought it was a bird. We thought it was a bird.
Yeah.
And we're like, but then when he pulled out the app, I had a jaw drop moment. I'm like, come on, Homo sapien? It's just something you wouldn't think would pop up on that. So now you're questioning the app. You're questioning the app.
Homo sapien?
Homo sapiens. That's gonna be, if we discover this species, we're gonna name it Homo sapiens.
Just be careful.
I fly the
I'm only going in
You
here
gonna fly
because
it?
we experienced this. If it was someone else that experienced this, I wouldn't go in for them.
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, this seems to be the spot that's got the most trampled down underneath.
Right in there.
And
You can see that trail there.
well,
But I mean,
if you're about here, you can see all the way up to the next trail.
you're right
that
at a
will go
fork.
to.
but how, when it ran off, how close did it sound when it was initially by you guys? Like
We
right in
were
here?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
10
okay.
feet
Oh, it
over
was
there.
loud.
Okay.
And it started from this point.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so let's go back to that point right there. See how that's down in there?
Yep.
So,
Might just put this
Want me
up,
to
like
just
just
put
leave
that
that
with
on the
your-
ground. Yeah, thanks. It's kind of broken down a little bit.
I mean, I was also just standing there, but I didn't.
No, right here.
Oh, this, yeah, actually, if you look. But it doesn't seem
There's
to be
almost
broken.
like a little bit of a trail.
Yeah,
right
and
there.
trail
you can
goes
tell
out
it went.
there.
We're not
between
going to find
those
any
two
footprints or
pines.
anything in here, but
No.
the best thing you might be able to find is Some hair on the branches.
We were closer than that.
Okay. We were right where they were, pretty much.
Can I see your stick for a second?
Yep.
Let me just, yeah, it's a little sketchy,
from
man.
here I can, yes.
And it was a good 5 seconds of running.
Yeah, there's a.
I can see you.
This is whatever.
No way I can get it out. Like, it's literally.
Yeah. This doesn't, this could have been whatever. This could have been a pig. This could have been anything, just hunting. It's the mumbling that's got me. And I want, I want, you know.
I know.
So this is where we had the.
Is there anything over there, Eric?
I mean,
Had whatever was over
path.
here
You can see a little bit of a trampled down area?
Yeah.
run in.
It's like right under.
So we're just trying to find out.
Right now.
There's a little bit of a path here. Don't think I'll be able to see it, but.
Oh, that might be
What do you see?
Oh no, it's just some dead looking palms. I was gonna say that looked, at first it looked like real trampled down, but.
Alright, so you guys are good, but I'm saying if you're there and you can still see me, you're basically down on that point. There's a game trail that pops right out on the other side of that bush.
Ah.
You know what I mean? Is that not, that's not a VGI remote though, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a VGI remote. Oh, it is? Yeah, and the nice thing is that anything from the tree crawl up,
Open up a lot over there?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're going. It's fairly easy to walk through.
Yeah,
I mean, it starts to get thick with the palmettos as you go further up, but it breaks off to go that way. It goes straight.
Oh wow, yeah, it goes in different directions. Watch where you're walking now.
Well, we are on a game trail. I just want to see. It's probably going to pop out to that other game trail. Oh, wow. Yeah, it opens up. A lot of bedded down area over here if you want to come over. Well, you should see it back here, Max. Yeah.
it's okay, Chewy, we're right here.
Oh shit.
Look at this. Pretty neat, huh, bud?
There's some scat right there.
Yup. What do you think that is? Deer? Small deer?
Deer. Could be little hog pellets. What's up?
I mean, this could be like a ton of deer laying down in here.
Yeah. Keeps going over here.
Yeah. Yeah, it just keeps,
okay.
it just probably goes all the way to the other side. I just want to.
Careful, Brian. Watch.
No, this is, I'm not going any further. Yeah, it keeps going. It opens up again. There's another little bed area over here.
Yeah, I see it. So we're following a little game trail right now.
Oh wow, yeah, it goes in different directions. Watch where you're walking now.
It's probably going to pop out to that other game trail. Oh, wow. Yeah, it opens up.
Does it?
Hey.
A lot of bedded down area over here if you want to come over.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Make sure you're seeing things in front of you so you're not getting wood or anything.
He's not going to hear
Back
that.
here, Max.
We should have given him a stick.
Yeah.
Watch your footing. It's okay, Chewy, we're right here.
Oh shit.
Oh, that was a fun smack.
Oh shit. There's some scat right there.
Yup.
What do you think that is? Deer? Small deer?
Deer.
Could be little.
Okay.
Okay. I saw you guys coming back.
We at one point heard.
We heard the bikes
Yeah.
going back.
Where were you guys when you heard the bikes going back?
We were on the other, we were where we were sitting. Yeah.
So they must have heard you guys come out, and like we were saying, drop, go, drop, go, drop, go. You guys, they already knew you were in. You guys came out. You came from the other side.
Yeah.
But you can see we were right down here.
Come here, Papa. I can let you walk.
If you stand right about where that green's right there, you got some small stuff coming out of here.
Yeah.
There's another one here, and definitely down at the point. So if you're sitting in there, you're gonna get this trail coming up.
This is the way we came out.
Yeah. So if we're looking to see where the game trails are and where that spot was, here's your pig route. We're coming in here. So sitting on that tree, you've got this spot here, and then this is your expressway. This may be a human expressway, but right here you got that. And I don't know what Alex and Eric will get with the drones. I'm really angry that I don't have mine. That's just.
We're angry
This
too.
is all route.
Yeah.
They're a little better in the high winds than mine.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting spot.
Yeah, this is where I really wish we had my own M30, because that thing's not too bad.
You can fool yourself. Go
And
ahead.
if you get burned,
Yeah. I mean, it's just. But my point is, it's ridiculous. This is a hard area to move through.
Yeah.
But the hogs, I guess, are so low they just bulldoze through everything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I was getting at, is that it's like, yeah, it's difficult to run, but it's also difficult to stay quiet.
Yeah,
You know, like,
exactly.
if
That's
something
why
was
what they,
trying to-
well, what
hear
these
it.
guys heard was, you know, something bulldozing through the,
Yeah.
Through the
this brush,
palmetto,
through
yeah.
this brush, this type
And
of
it's
brush.
it's loud.
Yeah, it was just.
It was
wise
loud.
for you guys. Now we got that low campfire, get to
Yeah.
that nice, hey, what's going on? We got last night with, and I'm not saying not come out, but we didn't get much. Let's see what comes to us tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you guys want to go out, I'm willing to go out tonight. But it's now our group, you know.
Yeah.
Think about what we've done the last couple of years.
Yeah.
We've gone out, we've come back. We get some cooks that smells really good on that fire. See what comes in.
Okay.
I got some jalapeno cheddar hot dogs.
I got some beans.
We know you got the beans.
I kind of like that idea too, just because it'd be good to have us all just kind of hang around with Matt. He put this together, you know what I mean? He's feeling left out, you know?
I mean, he wants to walk down the trail.
Yeah. Even walk down the road a little bit.
Yeah, but Matt wants to walk down the trail. Let's walk him down the trail.
Yeah.
Let's get some footage.
Yeah. That sounds like a good
Set him
idea.
up on the corner, like I said.
That'd be a good idea. I agree.
Or we can.
I haven't tried to like process and clean up that audio yet at all, but I certainly will.
All right. We're all heading back to camp.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Did going through the game trail and seeing the bedded area. Very interesting. There are so many game trails. It just shows how many game is out here, and you can hear it at night. It's insane how much food there is for a bigger animal. So we're gonna head back to camp. I'm gonna pack up all my stuff so I can head out early tomorrow. If it's gonna rain all day, I don't think I'm gonna stay the extra day. Yeah, that's it. Back to camp.
Low here, we got a little, just using UV. Oh, look at that. So just bringing that light down just a little bit. Nice glow. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn the white light after we go to the laser. And that's what we got, yellow flowers. But yeah, if we go back to there, we got a nice green.
Well,
Matt's joining us out here for the night. What are you rocking, Matt? You got your thermal set up?
Bushnell 2, night vision.
And you have a dead cat on your head, right?
I do.
Squirrel, but
So dead squirrel tail. What are you running audio-wise?
H1N.
H1N, so that's where the mic is, and you have it hooked up on headphones?
And I got it in earbuds, and
Yeah.
it is, I can hear everything, dude.
That's awesome. Oh, I should have brought those bionic headphones. I forgot this.
That would have been great for the I can hear everything. Oh, there's Mike.
All I could hear were mosquitoes last night.
It's so awesome.
Hey guys. Here, Brian.
Yep.
Is it like lopsided?
No, I think just because of the uneven ground, man. You want to dress.
Is that alright?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think once we sit and we're kind of...
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I mean... stay in there for a second.
What's that?
Okay, I'm coming in.
Oh, God. Lift my freaking legs.
What's that?
I'm just seeing what we can.
Comfy in there, but
Hi, Chewy. All right, well, we're in the blind here. We've got tripod. We're gonna have thermals aiming out. We've got a couple different directions we can aim out, and just sort of hunker down, roll some audio, see how things go from there. So we'll keep you updated as to how it goes in here. Right, Chewy? He's our sixth sense. Oh, God. Well, started raining in here. We've had Eric join us. It's a little tight in here, but we're making it work. Oh, did that thing get a little wet?
It was just hanging out just a little bit.
Chewy, you got a big thing of grass in your head, dude. He had this on his head, look at it. It's just like this, like that, literally.
Oh, so cute.
Keep it in there.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Eric.
This is fucked.
Oh, Christ.
Getting wet from something.
I'm getting this audio off.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah, it's coming in a little, but...
It's
coming right in through this mesh.
How does this always fucking happen, dude? We have quite the luck, don't we? It's gotten even worse. We're just losing it here.
Embrace.
We're losing it, man. Everything's leaking out of the sides.
It's like I'm hoping for that poncho to appear when I'm digging in here and it's not. Nope. Not a thing. But if we need to start a fire tonight.
Great.
Oh,
Christ.
thick and just... Sorry, bud. Oh my God. It's so
Poor Chewy's all wet. Oh, this is nutty.
Yeah,
This is just nuts. last night out with a bang.
Look at this scene.